Pete, have you lost your mind?
Forget cable, switch to Frontier. The Fios Triple Play brings dedicated 100% fiber optics to your home. Fios TV, 15x5 internet and digital phone for $119.99 per month with 2-year price protection plan on qualifying service. FrontierPacificNW.com.
Okay, maybe I'm going a little... All right, maybe I've lost my mind, but, I thought it was interesting over the weekend to hear Pete Carroll have his rookie quarterback there, Russell Wilson, took, 500 snaps, made 400 passes or something like that. When it's over, Pete says, we got a 3-way competition for quarterback right now. We did a little bit of math on the show, Rockstar, and that would make the Seahawks the only team in the NFL that has a 3-man competition for quarterback. Unless, like you, people don't believe that it's real.
I don't. I think Matt Flynn is your starter, barring just a massive collapse on his part. He's the starter, so I believe... Technically, it's a battle for the backup between Tavares Jackson and Russell Wilson. And by the way, Josh Portis apparently is not part of the conversation at all with Pete. So that's why it's a 3-way competition. But the problem it presents, if let's pretend it is a real competition, we'll take Pete at his word. How do you divide up the snaps between these guys? You got 3 inexperienced guys. Well, right. Tavares is experienced, but you got 2 inexperienced guys in Matt Flynn and Russell Wilson getting what you'd think would be an equal share, a third of the snaps in that whole scenario.
Not even as much as a backup would normally get.
No, so it doesn't seem to behoove the Seahawks to have this thing, if it in fact goes that way, to go on for very long.
And that's kind of what struck me about what Pete said on Sunday at his column. I think Danny O'Neill wrote about it in his blog in the Seattle Times, where he basically made the point. He said, you guys, meaning us in the media, are going to be really tired of this because we're going to take our time. You're going to be wanting to know what's going on. We're going to be taking our time during this. And I'm thinking by the time you get to training camp, if you don't have one of these young guys taking the lion's share of the snaps, how can either one of them be ready?
Yeah, and again, that gets me back to my original point. I think Flynn is the guy. Now, you still want him taking all the snaps. You want your starter to be taking the bulk of the snaps.
Right.
So the sooner the better, to state the obvious. Figure out who your guy is. But this didn't change anything for me. That wasn't a big revelation that Russell Wilson would be part of the competition, though. I again think it's for the backup.
I guess for me, if you say something as a coach, like we're having an open competition, whoever does the best is gonna be our starter. You have to live by it. I mean, if you want to keep credit, this is the NFL. It's not college where you can fool around with this stuff, and I'm not suggesting that they are fooling around with it. They've been really good at saying when things are competitive, they're competitive. Whoever plays the best can win it. You just have to be sure you're consistent, I think, or you run the risk of losing your team. And they've been consistent so far.
As you said, the truest way to find out if this was, in fact, a real competition is if either Russell Wilson or Tavares Jackson is your starter.
Then we'll know for sure.
Then you know it was real.